For math today, we're going to take a few minutes to go over the Chapter 19 review test, showing you how to tackle these problems that you will see on your regular test today. So let's begin. You should have a grading marker in your hand and your completed test in front of you. Number one, the number 7 in this fraction 4/7 is the denominator. Number two, if the only number that divides both the numerator and the denominator is 1, then the fraction is in simplest form. Number 3, if a denominator is less than the numerator, then the number is an improper fraction. So you'll have to draw pictures and look at pictures on this regular test. You might be asked to draw a picture. When I have to make 6/7, I would probably start with an open rectangle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm going to shade 6 of those 7. Okay, you could, down here, maybe you would want to do something like stars. 1, 2, 3, but 1/3 of those stars is shaded. So you can show fractions either way, just so it's really clear. Now write the fraction for the shaded part. Look carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces are shaded. That's your numerator. Out of the entire number, we had 7. I'm going to double check because of the shading. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 7 out of 12 are shaded. Did you notice how carefully I counted and recounted just to make sure that easy one gets correct? Here I have, it looks like 8 stars, so that's my denominator. And the top row in this one, 5 of them are shaded. Now, a big part of what we learned is the whole idea of putting fractions in simplest form and writing equivalent fractions. You must please remember that when you're putting things in simplest form, you will always be dividing by the greatest factor you can. But with equivalent fractions, you can really multiply by any fancy one. Here we go. Let's do simplest form first, since that was the order of directions. 6/8. Remember those questions? I think they're so helpful. Does 6 divide out of 8? No. Number 2, are they both even numbers? Yes. I know I can divide by 2. Sometimes I want to check 4. The answer is divide by 2, divide by 2. So the final answer is 3/4. One of those you want to just remember. Now, what about an equivalent fraction? I can take, maybe I want to take a times 2. So 6 times 2 is 12. 8 times 2 is 16. That would be an equivalent fraction. This one, remember those questions. Does 3 divide out of 9? Yes. Then use it. My fancy one is 3. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. Simplest form is 1/3. What if I want to make an equivalent fraction? Maybe I want to times by 5. 3 times 5 is 15. 9 times 5 is 45. So my fancy one was times 5 times 5. 5/5 that time. It could be anything. Number 10, first question to ask is, does my numerator divide out of my denominator? Yes, it does. That's a wonderful when you figure out the very first question gives you the right answer. The answer in simplest form is 1/5. If I wanted to do the times 2 times 2, it would be 8/40. There'd be a lot of possibilities for equivalent fractions. As long as you can see your fancy one that you multiplied by, you know you have it right. Now, number 11 through 13, when you're asked to compare fractions, remember if we have the same size piece, more of them will be greater. But if our denominators don't match, you must take 10 seconds to rewrite this fraction into equivalent denominator. You can do it so simply, and then you can see for sure. 5 times 5 is 25. 1 times 5 is 5. I've just made equivalent fractions, and now I will get it right by exactly seeing it. Don't guess on these. A lot of you did, when you did your assignment, got these wrong because I didn't see this on your paper. Take a second to write an equivalent fraction. all it is a couple of quick multiplication problems, just like this one. So let's make sure we're going to get it right. Can I turn my 8 into a 16? Yes. Times 2 times 2. And I can see that 5/8 is greater than 6/8 because I took 3 seconds to make an equivalent fraction. Please do the same on the test for good success. Remember the fractional part of that number, pulling out those pieces of candy? What if I give you 3/5 of 15? Remember, you're going to take that hand and think about divide, take that 15 and divide by denominator. Hey, you get 3. Swing it around and multiply by 3. The answer is 9. 1/8 of 16. 16 divided by 8 is 2 times 1 is 2. Take your 21, divide it by 3, 7 times 2, 14. Those are quick and easy and fun to do. So that is just show your little steps on your paper if you need to be real clear about that. Now, for the last lesson, remember we went from improper fractions and mixed numbers and we could convert them back and forth. And there is a mathematical way of doing it, which I hope you learned. If not, I suppose you could always draw a picture. But I hope that we can think about what we've learned and apply that in these kinds of problems. So if I have 3 and a 5th, 3 wholes and a 5th more of another one. Well, for every whole one, remember I have 5/5. 3 times 5 is 15, plus that extra 1 is 16. 16, what size piece? I copy that denominator, 16/5. If I take this mixed number of 4 and 3/4, well, 4 times 4 is 16, plus 3 is 19. 19 pieces of what size? It matches fourths. What's an improper fraction for 1 and 4/9? 1 times 9 is 9, plus 4 is 13. 13/9. And if you really need to draw a picture, don't be afraid to do that. Now, what if I go the opposite way? What if I have an improper fraction, which is, remember, when my numerator is larger than my denominator? Remember, this fraction line is like a division symbol. So I'm thinking about all those different pieces of 3, and I've got quite a few of them. So how can I organize them into strips? Normally I'm not going to draw a picture on my test, but I'm going to just show it to you in a minute, because if I try to make, there is 1 whole of thirds, and I've used 1, 2, 3 pieces. Here's another stick of thirds. I've used 4, 5, 6 pieces. If I have another whole strip of thirds, 1, 2, 3, I'm up to 9, but remember I only have 11. Right? So 3, 6, 9, 10, 11. So maybe a quick picture, or the faster way I would do this more in my head, but on the piece of paper, you can do it there too. 3 goes into 11. How many full groups of 3 can I get? 3. How many of those pieces did I use? 9. I have 2 left. 2 becomes my numerator, and I'm talking about thirds. So my answer is 3, nice big whole number, and 2/3. Okay? Think of it as a simple division problem. How about this one? Maybe you can do this one a little bit more in your head. What is 21 divided by 6? Well, I think what fact of 6 is closest? Well, it is 3, right? 3, I would have used 18. What's the difference between 18 and 21? 3. And what size piece are you dealing with? Remember, they always match. 3/6. If someone would put this on the test and rename it as 3½, that would be awesome. You put it in simplest form, including that whole number that you need to rewrite. Nice job. Now, what if I have 8/4? Remember, this is like a division symbol. Doesn't it look like a basic fact? 8 divided by 4? That's right, it's 2 wholes. Remember, sometimes you just have whole numbers. And this last strategy, remember that great box strategy that we did so many problems with? And we said if you draw a box, you'll get any question right anytime. So when you have the real test in front of you later this morning, I need you to draw boxes and you will get any question right. Let's see what you remember. The first step, remember, is to grab out all the different fractions you see, remembering that sometimes fractions are in word form. Mary collects books. 1/3 of them are fiction. 1/6 are nature, and 12 are mysteries. I'm not going to dilly-dally. I'm going to make my box. I know that they all together are books. Remember, the challenge is, what do I want to divide it into? Thirds or sixths? Oh yeah, I remember I want to make it the biggest number but the smallest piece. So I quickly make it into 6 equal pieces. 1/3, that is not a sixth, but I can quickly turn it into 6 times 2 times 2. 2 of the 6 boxes are fiction. 1/6 was going to be nature books. And remember how we scooped the last 3 little boxes, and we know over those 3 boxes we have 12 books? Remember, that was a quick division problem. 12 divided by 3 is 4. So the value of each box is 4 books. So I could ask all kinds of questions, but this one was, how many books are in Mary's collection? That includes all the books. So I have 6 chunks with a value of 4 books in each chunk. The answer is 4 times 6 is 24 books. But with this box, I could ask, how many fiction books does Mary have? 8. How many more mystery books does she have than fiction? 4 books. We could ask all kinds of questions based on that box and get every single one right. Number 24, Cody bought some sports cards. 1/2 were baseball cards. 18 were soccer cards, and 1/8 were football cards. How many sports cards did Cody buy, and how many baseball cards did Cody buy? Oh, by this time in 4th grade, you should know that that's going to be worth 2 points because I see 2 question marks. But again, let's start with our basic fraction box. They're all going to represent sports cards. I have halves and eighths. I want to divide it into eighths. Start with fourths and then cut them all in half. 1/2, but this time you should just know automatically that that would be 4. So 4 of the 8 are baseball cards. 1/8 was football, and the rest were going to be soccer cards, and that had 18. What's 18 divided by 3? 6. So I know the value of each little chunk of my fraction box is 6. Question number 1 was, how many sports cards did he buy? Well, let's see, 8. We have 8 times 6. 6 times 8 is 48 sports cards. And number 2, the second question, how many baseball cards did he buy? Well, let's go find B for baseball. I see 4 sections with a value of 6 each. 6 times 4 is 24 baseball cards. So it's all very doable if you just remember back to how you learned it, what you did with it on your assignments. Good job. If you have any questions about any of this, please reach out to your teacher. But your assignment then today, in the privacy of your own space with your own thinking, you are asked please to complete Chapter 19 regular test. Do it on your own. Do it to the best of your ability. Please follow all directions. Several problems have 2 answer parts. Follow it neatly, do it nice and dark with a nice dark pencil, and please submit it to your teacher. Do a great job. We're excited to see what you've learned about fractions. Have a great day, 4th graders.